As always, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another episode of Chevalier, where we are here to help men and women find those happy, healthy, and long-term relationships. And like always, it don't even matter whether you're black, white, Asian, Hispanic, Puerto Rican, South American, or even those penguins in Antarctica, because in Antarctica it gets pretty freezing cold. I like to thank you all for continuing to support me. I've had people try to give me money. I've had people try to say, hey man, I can shoot and do production for you. And to me it's a blessing, because I would never take money from anybody, because God has blessed me enough where I am financially stable. I'm well financially off. But God has blessed me to be financially responsible. So I don't need to be in a position where I need money from anybody, other than the job that God continues to bless me with, and the efforts of being able to help people where I can and build relationships where I can. With that said, off to today's show. No Time to Die Part 3. And what Part 3 is about is that time to leave relationships. I think Chevalier has spent so much time trying to talk to people about building relationships that I don't think we spend enough time trying to help people understand when it's time to leave a relationship. Because there are times where, a guy will get in a relationship with a young lady and she's being very inconsiderate. And what I mean by inconsiderate is a situation where, she doesn't pick up the phone and call. And I think that's why I started part 1 with the phone call thing, because I tell women all the time, the number one way you can show a guy that you appreciate him is by making time to talk to him. And by doing that, it means picking up the phone and calling. Not no text message, not some generic, hey, how you doing? I think the world is really sick of, hey, how you doing messages. They want a paragraph. Hey, how you doing today? Oh, I'm going shopping. Oh, I'm going to go see some friends. I'm going to the movies. I just wanted to see how you were doing and how's your day. Something that's productive, something that's valuable, but more importantly, something that feels genuine. And I think that often, you'll talk to a young lady and she doesn't call you at all. Or, like I said last week, she will, the only time you ever hear from her is when you call her first. When you call her, she'll speak out to you all day. But if you never call her, you will never hear from her. You could go 2-3 days without calling, and that'll be 2-3 days where you don't hear from her. And then if you finally do call after 3 days later, it's like, oh, hey, I was busy. And this is where it really gets to the grind, gentlemen. If a woman is too busy to call you at least once a day, cut her off immediately, especially if you're spending money on her. Because I tell guys way too often, we spend too much effort, we put too much money, we put too much energy into someone who doesn't give us that same energy in return. And so often as men, you may feel like, well, if I don't do this, then she doesn't want to be with me. And I always say that's a great thing, because you're better off keeping your money in your pockets than continuing to invest in a relationship that's going nowhere. Especially a woman who you are going to work, you're working extra shifts. I know guys who work extra days. I know guys who come in on holidays they never come in on. But they're working all these extra hours trying to please a woman who does not want to be in a relationship with them, who doesn't want to date them, who doesn't want to love them, but most importantly, who doesn't want to build with them. Because she never takes the time to call you. She never takes the time to invite you out with her family and friends, so you can know who she knows, so you can get to know the people she's getting to know. And I think that's very detrimental in dating, because very often we will go out and we will date these women, but we don't get to meet their friends, their family, who they know. And very often you're doing all the calling, you're doing all the dating, you're doing all the money spending, you're doing all the special surprises and trying to do something nice for her. And it gets to the point where as you're doing all the work, and she's doing nothing. And I know for a lot of guys that hurt because we put in a lot of work, we put in a lot of effort, we put in a lot of trouble to make a woman feel loved and appreciated. And when we do this, we often say, well, it took me 2 years to finally meet a woman like this. It took me a whole 6 months to meet a woman that liked me. It took me a year to meet a woman that likes me. So we feel like because of all the effort that we put in to meet these women, that we have to make it work, no matter what. And that's where you get simp, S-I-M-P from. Because these are guys who don't know how to take rejection or let go of a bad relationship. So you end up staying in it, and you end up letting her continuously abuse you and mistreat you and talk to you any kind of way. And she's not making any time for you, and she's not ready to take that step yet, but you know she's on Instagram posting videos of her twerking and with other guys and smoking, and she doing wilding out, but she don't have no time for you. One thing that I often tell guys very genuinely, that if you are talking to someone and she doesn't have time to talk to you over the phone, but she got time to post to Instagram, it's time to dip. Guys, being alone and going back on that lonely road and being on a journey of being by yourself is a lot better than being in a relationship where you're spending a lot of money, a lot of time, a lot of energy, and suffering alone. Because most of the time you're in these relationships with women and they're just draining your wallets. They're taking your money. They're slowly deteriorating your financial well-being, and all along, you still got nobody. You still got nothing. She probably off dating and being intimate with somebody else who she finds more attractive, while she's absorbing your energy, your money, and your time, and your effort. Very often I have to let guys know it's okay, man, to take that hit. It's okay to walk away. Bro, it's okay to say no. She's asking you for money for her rent and money for her, but she's not doing anything to make time for you, to go out on a date with you. She never say, hey, can we go out for a cup of coffee? Can we spend some time together? Can we kick it? It's always something that benefits her. Can we go see this movie? Can we go to this restaurant? Can we go do this over here? Can we do that over there? But it's nothing that's ever about what you want to do. And if it is, it's like pulling teeth. Before I got married, I understand how harsh and how hard it is of going through loneliness, of going through depression, of being by yourself and having no one to share your happiness of the world with. I understand that. And I understand this is why a lot of guys don't want to leave relationships, because they don't want to go back to that. To being lonely, to being, by themselves, to going through that loneliness and depression of being by yourself. But I promise you, going back on that journey to meeting a woman that will love, appreciate you, and treat you right is better than being in a relationship with a woman that's going to mistreat you, that's not going to spend time with you, that's not going to make time for you, or that's not going to at least try to pretend like she cares. These are the women who say they're with you, but they won't let anybody, but they won't make it Instagram official, because apparently that's a thing. Somebody is going to make it serious so other people will know that you guys are in a relationship and you're not just kicking it just because you're bored and you have nothing to do. You generally want to be with someone that doesn't mind letting the world know that you're together. And I guess that's why the whole Instagram official thing is so big, because you want to be in a relationship with someone that doesn't mind sharing the world with you. So gentlemen, chevaliers, at the end of the day, build relationships with women that want to build with you. And if she doesn't want to build a relationship, if she doesn't spend any money on you, which is going to be a big topic down the line, if she doesn't spend time with you, if she doesn't call you unless you call her first, and if she doesn't take time to spend time with you, then you need to leave. It's time to go, scratch that situation, and start over. Till next time, gentlemen. Peace. We out.